So here we go. I'm showing you the ingredients. You need some red kidney beans. Red kidney beans. I get the small ones. You got 2 cans there. I got some olives right here. You see the olives, right? Okay, see, olives. That is going to be for the red beans that you're going to put on top of everything. I have some garlic in here. This is garlic cloves that I'll be crushing up to put in there. I have some sazon, okay, with the, what is it, anyway, that part. Okay, anyway, I have the ham seasoning, and that's also going to go in for the red kidney beans, right? I have oregano right here. Oh, and I don't know if I showed you, but I have 2 kinds of the sazon. All right, this one also already has oregano and stuff like that in it, but it's a little bit more redder than the other one. Okay, I have my pigeon peas, gandules. I have 2 cans of that. I have 1 can of coconut milk. All right, I have the Maggi chicken flavor bouillon. I have some olive oil that I'll be using for the red beans, and I have some vegetable oil that I'll be using for the rice. All right. Oh, and the star of the show. Ooh, bad girl, bad girl. So this is the green seasoning, also known as sofrito. I found out from the Spanish people that it's called sofrito once it's actually cooked. So it's green seasoning right now, but aka sofrito. So you know what it is, all right? Homemade sofrito, right? And if you want to know what's in the sofrito, it has garlic, cilantro, culantro, white onion, cubanelle pepper, and some sweet pepper in it. Yes, so those are the ingredients for the green seasoning, Spanish green seasoning. All right, sissy, it's going down. So right now I have my stove at a 4. I'm going to wipe out. I rinsed out the pot, so I just want to get any water that's in there out. And my stove is at a 4, and I'm gonna let that heat up. And I will be adding about maybe 3 to 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. All right, that's the start. Okay, I'm doing this in real time, so and just giving you a heads up, once that heats up, like the pot heats up and I put in the vegetable oil, I'll be adding in some garlic clove, about maybe 2 garlic cloves, because it already has garlic clove in the green seasoning, but I like to add a little bit extra. And then I'll be adding in the green seasoning, and I'll probably be putting in about 3 tablespoons. But just watch the process, okay? That part. Oh, and you're hearing some background, you know, Mamacita's in there watching her show. Okay. Olive oil. I said 3 to 4, right? I'm putting in 4. Okay, 4 tablespoons. I'm gonna let that heat up. While that's heating up, I am going to get my glove and stuff so I could grate in my garlic cloves. All right, so grated ginger. Garlic cloves. Ooh, girl, I'd rather make you laugh than cry. Okay, you know the brain is not working too well lately, right? I know you know that, right? I'm seeing the wrong things, all that. So, but anyway, luckily I know what I'm doing as far as in the kitchen. As you see what I'm doing to the garlic cloves. Alright, that's that for that. Alright. I said my stove is at a 4. Okay. Now I'm gonna start adding in the green seasoning. 1, 2, 3. That's 3. 3 tablespoons of the green seasoning. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this kind of cook a little bit, and then I'll start adding in other ingredients. Okay, so I'll just check it out. And right now I'm gonna turn my stove up to a 5, FYI. In a little while, once I start seeing that it kind of gets a lighter green color, I don't know if you noticed, but it was like a dark green when I put it in. And now it's looking like it's getting a lighter green color. And that is telling me that it's, you know, cooking. All right. Want that flavor, that flavor. Yeah. But I don't want any of those little things in my, even though you didn't really wouldn't know, but you know me, right? You know I got that OCD. Okay. All right. Okie dokie. I'm gonna add like a teaspoon of oregano. 1. Like a teaspoon. Then I'm going to add in, let's say, about 1. All right, so it's 2 pounds of rice. So let's say with this bouillon, 1, 2. I'll do 3. Okay. 3 tablespoons of the bouillon powder. Gonna add 2 of the sazon packets. And I'm always extra, so I'm gonna add in the other packet as well of the other one that I like. Anyway, and I will make certain you have these. All right. Now I'm gonna add in the peas. Okay. That's 1 can. Remember, I'm putting in 2, right? Okay. And now I'm gonna turn my stove up to about a 7. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, stir this up a little bit. And I'm gonna let it come to a little boil. Alright, so you see it's kind of simmering a little something. It's gonna come to a boil. Alright, so now that that has come to a boil, I am going to add in my coconut milk. Okay? And let that come up to a boil for a little while. So everything gets combined, all your ingredients get all nice and combined, and girl, you already know. You already know what it is. That part. Alright. So now that that has boiled, I'm gonna add the rice. And you'll see I did not add any rice, it's just that the rice expanded, you know, because it was consumed in that water. And you know my hands are clean. So we're adding in the rice. Gonna add the water. 2 cups of water. Right, 4 cups of rice. Stove is at, turning it up to like an 8. Okay, and I'm gonna let that water, whatever's all that, I'm gonna let it evaporate down. And at this point, actually, you want to taste it and see if it needs any salt or anything. So. Okay, so I don't think mine needs anything. That part. And I would say keep your stove at a 7. So remember, we started at 4. We heated up the pot. We started at 4, and then I went up to 5, and that's when I added all of the stuff in there, everything, the green seasoning, the garlic, and the sazon, and the oregano, and bouillon powder, chicken flavor. So I added all of that, yeah, and it was at a 5. And then after that, I turned it up to a 7. And then for a minute, I turned it up to an 8. But then I turned it back to a 7 right now. So. And you want it to where like most of this is evaporated down. Not all the way, but majority of it. I'll let you see how it looks. All right. So far it's been, I think, like 5 minutes. And you keep the top off right while it's doing this. The top stays off. I still have the remaining garlic, cloves, and the olives on the side. And like, I could have added it, if I didn't add coconut milk to the rice, I would have added the olives to the rice, but I'm adding it to the red beans, the sauce that you're gonna put on top. So that's my recommendation for you to, if you want to. Otherwise, you would just, if you're not adding the milk, you just increase your water intake, I guess, instead of 2 cups to 3 cups. But my preference is to use the coconut milk and add the olives to the sauce. Just a suggestion. All right, it's about 10 minutes. And you see how this is looking. All right. So, I'm gonna. All right, so to me it still has a lot, but I actually don't mind mine being like this. Okay, so I will stir it from the bottom to the top, 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 from the bottom to the top. Okay, see how it is? So now what I'm gonna do, it's been like 11 minutes, right? I'm gonna I washed out a bag and cut it. I prefer to use the plastic, but you can also use aluminum foil. So if you have foil, you can use that. I covered it up, right? I'm gonna put my stove down to a 2, and I am going to cover it, and I'm gonna let this cook for 20 minutes, okay? So, I will come back, and we will see what it looks like in 20 minutes, okay? Okie dokie, it has been 20 minutes. Wait 20 minutes, but hopefully you could see what it looks like, and you don't use a spoon, use a fork. Check your rice, okay? So what I'm gonna do one more time is I'm gonna turn it again. All right, turn it again. Side out. Okay, bottom to the top. Bottom to the top. That. Okay. To let it cook for maybe just another 2 minutes. Okie dokie. And voila! She is done. She's ready, schmetties. All good over here. All right. Turn her off. And you can leave, like I said, you use the foil. Make sure you put the light side down. The light side down towards the rice and not the dark side of the foil. All right, sis. And I'll be back. I gotta go get this tomato sauce so I can make the beans and stuff, that you're gonna put on top with olives. Okay. All right. Ciao for now.